Keeping the right attitude or motivation of Mahayana path, please listen to the following. Since Dilashana Chabamin, if you have attachments to this life, you are not a Dharma practitioner. In order to practice that, as we discussed yesterday, we begin with laying the foundation of discipline. Among many methods of disciplining ourselves, the most supreme one is taking refuge or disciplining oneself by surrendering to the Buddha, Dharma and Sangha. This very short and pithy instructions. If you have attachment to this life, you are not a Dharma practitioner. Really, covers a lot of elements of the Mahayana path, or not only the Mahayana path, actually all the three vehicles. Since this is actually probably the primary foundation that we have to lay, I'm going to again, this morning, I'm going to again visit to this subject. As I was talking to you, somehow the habit of attachment to this life is so strong that no matter how much we think we renounce or go out of this samsaric thinking. Without us even knowing, we end up unconsciously, we always end up getting caught by this attachment. So something something a Dharma practitioner has to be so careful with. Buddhism is so much flourished in parts like Tibet, parts of the world like Tibet, China, Japan, and as much as we have so many of Buddha's teachings, even within the Tibetan approach, generally the Tibetan approach, not only the lay people, by the way, even among the sanghas, the way we approach the Dharma, if you really think, it has something to do with attachment to this life. I'm sure you know, for instance, many Tibetan businessmen or lay people would ask the monks to come and do prayers at their home. It's called shaten or something like that. Pujas, basically. And usually it is for winning the lottery, to harmony of family, good business, or the purpose of the puja is infinite. So and so is having a bad dream, or so and so is having unexplainable disease. Then you do a prediction, more it's called, and then it's a bit like a doctor's job, like the so the more performers, they perform a more or prediction, and then they prescribe a certain pujas. And then you do that. Now, of course, I'm not condemning this. This is, of course, wonderful, connection to the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. But many of us, I do that too, by myself. Recently, I was struck by some problems, and I had to be hospitalized. Actually, I always heard and saw ambulance. Never ever in my life I had the experience of going inside the ambulance, but this time, yes. Of course, all the thought of no attachment of this life is gone. You immediately call your gurus, I dare to even bother the great masters such as Sisolan and Sakichism. Which hospital should I get the operation? Which doctor? Which day? Which time? From the spiritual point of view, strictly from the spiritual point of view, this is indicating there is still a strong attachment to the life. This life. So my approach to the taking, my approach to the refuge, for instance, actually, during those about a week or two was one point of my life where I was thinking about the Dhamma more than usual. And I do it with attachment to this life. And this kind of habit does exist in Tibet. it is now being taught to the Chinese, Europeans, and it has almost become like a business. There are websites, I believe, in Taiwan where you can actually, really, I'm serious, there you look for the vacant monks who can do the puja of so and so. I guess here in Nepal also. Certain places like capital of Bhutan, and I'm sure here, the matured, good monks or whatever, the experienced monks in doing the pujas are just booked for months. They are reserved. You will not get much access to them because they are all reserved. Such is our approach to the Dharma, also taking refuge to the Buddha, Dharma and Sangha. That's, we always end up, and by the way, this is something that we cannot really, it's not easy to really get rid of, this attachment to this life. It's not going to be that easy. In fact, because it is not going to be easy, abandoning the attachment to this life is not going to be easy, is therefore the jungle or the refuge is recommended as the foundation of the practice. Because since we know that we will not be able to do it by ourselves, maybe once in a blue moon, when nothing goes right, when everything is collapsing, then you tend to think about the Dharma a little bit. But unfortunately, these misfortunes usually always get corrected. Unfortunately, because this pain, this loss, this anxieties, which caused you a pang of inspiration, a glimpse of renunciation mind doesn't last long. The moment everything is alright, the moment everything is together, the moment things are working, the moment somebody is talking to you or you are getting enough attention or something, finished. The renunciation mind is gone. So, it is it's not easy to really abandon the attachment to this life. So, we are asking Buddha, Dharma and Sangha to protect us from this strong desire for attachment to this life. So, taking refuge therefore is very crucial. This is maybe kind of not really the part of what we are doing here, but since it sort of popped up in my mind, I'll tell you. I think actually it might even help understanding See, the question is, why should we not have attachment to this life? So we visit the fourth one, because if you are attached to this life, or anything, as long as you have an attachment to something, remember, attachment, engrossment, infatuation, meaning, even a slight attachment means you have lost your sense. You have lost your rationality. Therefore, you are bound to suffer. It's because of that. It's a strategy. It's actually the whole Dharma practice, especially things like, parting from the four desires, is really actually like a strategy. It's a life management. It's really a management course, actually. What you are taking is a management of life course, this is what I want to, I've been sort of, unconsciously propagating this. So, some people might think that I am a closet Hindu. I have a lot of sympathy towards Hindu, by the way. I think if Buddhism does not make sense to me, the next religion that without blinking my eyes that I will follow is either Jainism or Hinduism. This is absolutely profound path. The three religions coming from the other side of the ocean, I have a problem with. It doesn't make sense to me. So here, I will tell you, even, it's a bit like this. If any of you have read Upanishad, this is the sort of the root, sort of the text of the Hindu or the Hinduism or the Hindu culture or whatever. Based on the Upanishad, I forgot the century, but Chanakya, this great statistician who actually wrote the book called Arthashastra, who was a main advisor, who gave these amazing advices to the Maurya kings, and therefore the King Ashoka and all of that became so powerful. And these guys, they talk about four indispensable sort of strategy of life. And it's wonderful, and I think it will. I will try to connect it to the parting from the four desires here, okay? I'll just loosely translate these 4 points. Well, the first, you have to have fun. That's one. And that's fantastic, because that's what we want. We have to have fun. We have to really, enjoy. I think it's something like Brahman, like really enjoyment. Fun is the most important. That's our aim. The second is wealth. To achieve this fun, you need wealth to get that fun, and you have to have some means to get, collect that fun, establish this fun. The third is a discipline to really have this fun. Okay, so that I think we all know vaguely. You don't almost need to. Any successful MBA teaches this, isn't it? The discipline, how to make money, how to have fun. This thing. But the most important, the last one, is what is forgotten by the modern world, which is Maya, the illusion. And what it means is that actually, you can have fun, you should have a lot of wealth to have that fun and the discipline to have the fun, right? But you must realize at all times that all three of this is an illusion.